I've debated posting this for almost a year, not because I'm embarrassed, not because I think you won't believe me. Honestly, at this point, I don't care either way. I'm posting it because I still work in that building, and every single night when I'm the last one there, I think about what I saw on that footage, and I think if it were you, you'd want someone to have told you first. My name doesn't matter. What matters is this. I am a rational person. I'm an IT guy. I deal in logic, in systems, in things that have explanations. I have spent my entire career looking at data and finding patterns that make sense. What I saw on that security camera footage did not make sense, and I've watched it over 200 times trying to make it make sense. It never does. I work for a mid-sized logistics company in Columbus, Ohio. 12 floors, about 340 employees, standard corporate office building. The kind of place where everything smells like printer ink and bad coffee and nobody really talks to each other in the elevator. I'd been there about 2 years when this happened, November last year, the kind of November where it gets dark at 4:30, and by the time most people leave at 5, it looks like midnight outside. I was staying late to finish a server migration. Routine stuff. The kind of thing that's easier to do when nobody's logged in and hammering the system. I'd done it a dozen times before. By 9 p.m., the floor was completely empty. Just me, the hum of the servers, and the vending machine down the hall that makes that clicking sound every 20 minutes for no reason anyone has ever figured out. I had my headphones in. I was focused. I wasn't thinking about anything except the migration progress bar on my screen. That's when the motion alert came through on my laptop. Part of my job is monitoring the building's security camera system, not actively. I'm not a security guard, but I manage the software. So alerts come to me when something triggers after hours. The alert was from floor 8, the camera in the east corridor. I almost dismissed it. We get false alerts all the time. A cleaning cart left near a vent, a door swinging from AC pressure, a Mylar balloon that someone's kid left after a birthday party floating down the hall at 2 a.m. All real things that have happened, but something made me click on it. The timestamp read 9:04 p.m. I pulled up the live feed first. Corridor was empty. Then I pulled up the recording from 2 minutes earlier. The corridor was empty in that too. But the motion sensor had fired, which meant something had triggered it. I scrubbed back further, 8:58 p.m., and there it was. At the far end of the corridor, just at the edge of the camera's range, where the image gets grainy and the shadows pool, something was standing there. I want to be precise about this because I've had a lot of time to think about it. It was not clearly a person. It was the right general shape, upright, roughly human proportions. But the way it was standing was wrong. The posture was wrong. It was leaning slightly forward at an angle that a person would not naturally hold, like something that understood the concept of standing, but hadn't quite got it right. It didn't move for the entire 40 seconds it was visible on the recording. Then it was gone. Not walking away, not stepping back, just between one frame and the next, gone. I told myself, bad pixel cluster, camera artifact, some kind of compression glitch that created a shape in the shadows. I've worked with security camera systems for 7 years. I know what artifacts look like. This wasn't that. I pulled up every camera on floor 8. 8 cameras total covering the entire floor. I went through every second of footage from 8 p.m. to 9:05 p.m. 7 cameras showed nothing unusual. The 8th, the one in the northwest stairwell, showed the door opening at 8:51 p.m. No one came through it. The door opened, held open for about 4 seconds, the way it would if someone were walking through slowly. Then it swung shut. But the camera showed nobody there. I checked the access logs. The stairwell door requires a key card after 7 p.m. Between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. that night, exactly 2 key cards had been used on that door. Mine at 7:43 p.m. when I'd gone down to grab dinner from the lobby, and one other swipe at 8:51 p.m. The card number wasn't in our system. I should have left. Looking back, I absolutely should have packed up and left. Instead, and I genuinely cannot explain this decision, I kept working. I think I was in that state where the rational part of your brain is working so hard to explain something away that it just keeps you moving forward. Keep working. Find the explanation. Don't be the guy who got scared of a camera glitch and left a server migration half finished. At 10:17 p.m., the motion alert fired again. Floor 9. 1 floor above me, I pulled up the feed. East corridor again. Same position relative to the camera. Same shape, same wrong posture. This time it was closer to the camera, noticeably closer than before. And this time it turned. Slowly. The way you'd turn if you wanted to look at something behind you. Except it turned toward the camera, toward the lens. And I know cameras don't have a presence. I know a lens doesn't project anything, but sitting there alone on the 10th floor at 10 at night, I had the absolute overwhelming feeling that whatever this was had just looked directly at me through that camera. I closed the feed. My hands were shaking. The vending machine down the hall made its clicking sound, and then I heard footsteps in the stairwell. The stairwell door to my floor is about 40 feet from my desk. I could see it from where I was sitting. The footsteps were slow, coming up, getting louder. I didn't move. I sat there and I watched that door and I counted the steps and I tried to calculate which floor they were coming from and whether they were getting closer or just echoing. They stopped. Silence for about 20 seconds. Then the key card reader on the door lit up. Red. Access denied. Then again red. Then again red. 3 attempts, then nothing. The light went dark. I grabbed my bag. I did not close out my laptop. I did not save my work. I walked to the opposite stairwell on the far side of the building, and I left. I filed a report the next morning. IT anomaly, possible security breach, unregistered keycard. The security team reviewed the footage, the same footage I'd seen, and officially logged it as a camera malfunction. I pulled the original files before they were overwritten. I still have them on an encrypted drive at home. The server migration finished on its own overnight, which should have been impossible since I never completed the process. I still work there, 10th floor. Same desk. I don't stay past 8 p.m. anymore, ever. And I've made sure my key card is the last one logged on every floor I visit after hours. Because whatever used that unregistered card, it tried 3 times to get through that door. And the only thing between it and me was a reader that didn't recognize what it was. I don't want to know what happens when it figures out another way in.